Hi, this is Chris Quinn, and this is Inside Fort Worth Business. You know, over the last couple of months, we've done stories on individuals and relevant people that are making difference in our community. Today, we're inside Fort Worth Business, and I've got some really exciting stories and people that are making a difference in our community. Thank you for your support. You know, we've had over 500,000 views on our Facebook page and over 75,000 views on our LinkedIn page, but we couldn't have done it without your support. You know, over the next 30 minutes, I want to tell you about some exciting things that are going on, but more importantly, I want to tell you about what's happening inside Fort Worth Business and how we can look at making Fort Worth digital together, one hashtag at a time. Come on, let's take a seat. First of all, I have Andrew Walker from the Amon Carter, Brandon Cunningham from Be Artsy, and an up-and-comer from Texas Christian University. Plus, I want to tell you about our offering, Inside Fort Worth Business, which is our custom sponsorships. Maybe you're not getting the eyeballs you want on your print advertisement or your event sponsorship. And I think we've got the answer for that. But first, Andrew Walker from the Amon Carter. Andrew, welcome.
Hey Chris, good to be here.
Good or great?
It's great to be here.
Good to great. Tell me, what's going on with the Amon Carter?
Well, this is the end of the summer, so our fall season is kicking off. And as the communities come to expect, we have a big exhibition, one that we've planned over the last couple of years and has been traveling the country. We're the final venue. It's called Wild Spaces Open Seasons, and it looks at the visual history of hunting and fishing in American art from the early federal period right up through the Second World War.
Terrific. Are you a big hunter?
I'm not a big hunter, no.
But this is a big hunting town, isn't it?
It's a big hunting town, and that really helped spur the whole project because the other three partners are also situated in big hunting areas. And so this was a way of reaching out to a community that might not come to the Amon Carter for just the art, but they're coming for the experience of seeing this subject represented by some of the great painters of our country.
I like to say, if it flies, it dies. If it crawls, it falls, especially in Fort Worth. You also have a big event coming up next month.
We do. That's kind of the internal story. The external story in kicking off this season is our what we call Party on the Porch. And we started this process 2 years ago with the first Party on the Porch, really embracing the idea that if Fort Worth has a front porch, it's at the Amon Carter, looking down onto the center city, and also really embracing the strength of the cultural district. So this is an experience that we expect around 6,000 people to come to. We'll be featuring not only opportunities and experiences in the museum, but three major bands will be here, headlining the whole group will be Green River Ordnance.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Can you tell me who the other two bands are?
The other two bands are Matt Trotter Trio
Right.
and the Summer Dean Band.
Good. And finally, if I get a membership before then I certain areas?
Yes, totally get a membership beforehand, because just like in any other experience, there's certain privilege that comes with membership. It's a part of adding value. So if you join, there are special areas on the plat of our design outside that you get to experience free food, free drink. It's really quite worth it.
Great. I want to tell you how much we love having you here in Fort Worth. You're the man.
Thanks, Chris.
Great. Fun friendship. Andrew Walker. So, Party on the Porch, make sure you get that membership, because it sounds like it's going to set you up with an exclusive area. So what I've talked about a little bit is that we've done these kind of pop-up videos, and if we can do these with our cell phones, then let's push back, get an idea what we can do with our bigger cameras. And that's kind of what we've done today. I'm kind of pushing out our production. And these are kind of the bigger production technology. So we start to take on more sponsorship and we start to create more content, then we will start to use and create more 15, 30, 60-second content that will be before, during, and after our messaging. So as I talked about, putting more eyeballs on your advertisement, if that be whatever you're doing, we feel like we have solutions. So once again, the videos that we've done now have been more cell phone videos, right? Because that technology allows us to do it. Where we want to start creating more of our content that you see that I've kind of done more for 20 years, but because now what I can do is shoot these videos and then instantaneously, I don't know if that's a word. It is. Hooked on phonics, made up words. So, but I just kind of wanted to give you an idea to kind of show off some of this kind of behind the scenes technology that we've got going on with us. Exciting stuff. Please, thank you for your support. Namaste. Share, like our page. It's so important for our growth, for our sponsorships, because when we get to 2,000, then I can start rolling in those sponsors and that content like that, and that's so important. So, really excited about what's going on. This is our page. If you can't find us on Facebook, that's where we are. We have over 500,000 views. I don't know if that's totally verified. That's what they're actually telling me. That's what I've tried to confirm, but that's what we actually have going on with our Facebook page. Facebook and LinkedIn are really our channels. That's where we find that we get our traffic from. We love LinkedIn, we love Facebook. Our next Hall of Fame guest is someone that I'm in love with. I'm not in love with, but I love her and I love what she does in the community. I love how she makes a difference with the kids. I love the impact she makes. Now, this is the 3-minute segment. That's going to be challenging because she's got a lot of words bottled up. So I'm going to encourage her to hit her commas and her periods. She's got a great message and she's really making an impact in the community. But what I admire about Brandy most is the fact that she's gone from taking her for-profit to a nonprofit, and I think that takes a lot of guts to do that. She was very successful with world-class clients like PepsiCo, Frito-Lay, and then she decided to go nonprofit. That's what she's done. She also has a GoFundMe, which allows you to go out and help her. She doesn't beat you over the head with it, but she does have that. Someone I love from the first time that we met, I asked her to come in and kind of talk to about what she's doing with her nonprofit and then kind of how she's made that transition. The goal during this segment is to keep it to 3 minutes. So if you guys on camera 1 could let me know when we're at 1 minute. On camera 2, if you could let me know we're at 90 seconds. And camera 3, if you could let me know we're at 2 minutes. No.
You're taking up my time. I could have more time.
Starts now.
I could have had 3.5
You know what? We're just gonna go. She's so pretty. I'm gonna step out of this segment, Tom, and just let you talk about her. It's all about you. Tell me about what's going on with Be Artsy and the value proposition. You know, I think it's great. You had it all lined out exactly what you were going to say. Tell me about your nonprofit.
The nonprofit. So Be Artsy is the concept of the action of creating art for social change. So how does that look? That means that I'm out in the community, for instance, working with underserved children. And so by doing a 5-week art camp this summer, we've created a space for them to come into the community food bank and spend their days creating art. And while they're doing that, we're infusing them with emotional growth, social emotional growth, ways of being, expanding their consciousness, expanding their stories so that they're moving out of this world of shame that they might be living in into ownership over their own dream, over their own imagination, and how they can take something that they imagine and turn it into their own reality.
How'd you come up with that idea?
It was in my dreams.
Okay.
I dream it.
So how do people in the community become involved?
So there's many ways you can come involved. I think the easiest thing to do is come see me at the West 7th Gallery. So I'm the artist residence in West 7th. I'm right below the movie tavern next door to Sweet Sammy's. in the studio space. It's a place that I've taken my studio and I've turned it over to the community on Friday and Saturdays evenings, where you can come in, you can see the art that's being created by some of the children that I'm doing work with. You can see local artists' work in there. But you can also make art. You can just get in there and have the experience of what does it feel like? What does it feel like to take my imagination and translate it into physical form? So you can come in, you can use my products. We've got many things in there, different projects in any weekend. It's all ages. We love it. And you can kind of just come in and just dive into the movement. And you can see it and touch it and feel it and have your own experience. And then from there, the concepts are being developed for this fall when school goes back, and what are we going to do this fall and how's that going to look? And people can decide, like, I really love that idea, I love that concept, and I want to see that grow in our community, and I want to put some resources in it. It might look like actual, money contribution. It could look like volunteerism. It could look like promotion. And so there's many ways anytime that we want to see something grow, see something nurtured, see something thrive in our community, that we can take a resource that we have within ourselves and apply that to that concept that we want to see expand.
Right on, right on, right on. So if I want to get in touch, go to...
So you can come down and physically see me at the studio. You can go to Brandy Cottingham Art. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on BE Art, ARTSEE. B Artsy is now on Facebook.
Where can I find the GoFundMe?
And on GoFundMe, it's under B Artsy.
Okay, Be Artsy. Look at it, think about it. GoFundMe at Be Artsy.
That's right. Thank you all.
Thank you. Gotta love it. What can you not love about Be Artsy? It's awesome, isn't it? Okay, so moving onward and upward. I love that segment.
That was great.
That was cool. That was very cool stuff. Alrighty, now we have our next superstar moving this way. I see him. He's about, are you 6'4"?
6'4".
6'4", I nailed it. We got to make sure, because I want to make sure you're not in front of that light, Tombo, and that we're not blocking the light. Daniel, how are you?
Doing well. How about yourself, Chris?
Great. Daniel, tell us about yourself.
I'm a senior at Texas Christian University, very involved with the Entrepreneurship Club. I also work with the Fort Worth Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I'm currently working on my second startup. First startup was selling watches to the online world, anywhere from a $2 watch to a Rolex. So that was the first gig. The second gig is FlyFix. It's an on-demand cell phone repair service that we're working on. So you're at the office, you broke your phone at a restaurant, we'll send a technician to you within the hour and get it repaired.
Great. What makes you successful?
Success is a relative term. I think what makes someone successful is how you feel about what you're contributing to society, what you're doing to give back to not only your community but your peers around you. The help I've given and the help I've received is really my measure of success.
Okay. You're bilingual. You're on LinkedIn. You have 2 businesses. Where do you want to be in 5 years?
5 years, that's a long time. I want to know where I'm going to be next week, Chris.
Okay.
I'll be graduating from TCU here in December pretty soon. I'm pretty excited. Hopefully we can see the Frogs in a championship. That'd be great to see. But I'll be giving back to my Fort Worth community. I'll be here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and seeing where it takes us.
Great. Talk to me about LinkedIn.
Right. So LinkedIn, it's the professional presence of your digital, your digital persona. On Facebook, it's a little more personal with your family. LinkedIn, if you want to get into the gray hairs, as Chris mentions them, the older folks, that's where you want to go, to LinkedIn. So, just maintaining your digital presence, making sure you have a great persona on there. Love LinkedIn.
Good. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Chris. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thanks very much. So, I'm all about LinkedIn. I think it's the largest network in the world. Can one of y'all Google, say how many people are on LinkedIn today? I don't know if it's worldwide. I don't want to start throwing out numbers, but I don't know if they're going to Google, but the number is astonishing. Every 5 seconds, 2 people are joining LinkedIn. And I just can't encourage everyone to reach out there and connect on LinkedIn. follow us on LinkedIn, join us on LinkedIn, dial in on LinkedIn. I think it's just a fantastic network. So please be a part of our LinkedIn network.
433 million.
433 million people are on LinkedIn, which every 5 seconds, 2 people are joining LinkedIn. So I hope you're watching us on LinkedIn via YouTube right now, because it's a fantastic network. So I want to get back to our offering just for a second. I think I talked about it just a little bit. Our custom sponsorship packages, which are now available. If you're not getting the eyeballs you want with your print advertisement or your event sponsorship, we are now offering our custom sponsorships, which will be, we have 3 levels of sponsorships for our programming, and that will be before, during, and after segments, content that we'll be creating, logos that you'll see. So please reach out and talk to us. I'd love to talk to you about that. Lots of different things going on over the next couple of weeks. We've got the solar eclipse going on, which I'm very excited about. I hope you are too. Rising Tide has one of their events coming up at the UNT Health Science Center on the 29th. So I hope you get a chance to check that out. We have our Meltdown Monday, which is coming out this Wednesday. Hope you get a chance to dial into that. But what I'm really asking you to do, which we need your help with, is going to Fort Worth Today and looking at our content, giving us your feedback, and liking our page. That's so important with our growth. I think I've said before, we have over 500,000 views on our page, and we're really trying to get our fan base up for our sponsorship. That's how we grow. Thank you for your ongoing support. Please hashtag cultivate business. Please hashtag Fort Worth Today. How can we bring Fort Worth into the digital age? How do we actually do that? I think it's so important that if we want to make Fort Worth a San Diego or a Seattle or a technological hub, that we've got to start being digital across the board. And every Sunday over this fall, except on October 1st and December 31st when the Cowboys play, because everyone lives and dies by the Dallas Cowboys, we won't be doing this. But every other week we're going to be bringing in different community leaders, influencers, decision makers. We're going to be doing some group discussions. We found Sunday is a great day for cultivating business. That's a day when people like to kind of wind down. They like to catch up on their reading. There's also a great day to do the things that you're interested in, whatever that may be. So we're excited about the people that we have lined up to and that have agreed to come in and do the show. Live is another aspect that allows us to, everyone loves something live, right? Regardless of what it is. So we've kind of studied that aspect of being able to go live on Facebook. We're reaching our 75th live broadcast on Facebook. We also deal with those technical issues. We'll also be trying to do our live YouTube broadcast, but they do not make it as simple as Facebook does to be able to put something up. So we've had a lot of fun creating these stories, going out and doing these stories, but bringing Fort Worth into the 21st century as far as video. Our value proposition is we're not trying to integrate what we're doing back into a newspaper or to a magazine. We're trying to go out and tell stories that make a difference, that are about cultivating. As you can kind of see with our new set that we've put together, it's been a crawl, walk, run experience, and we have a lot of people to thank to help us get to this point. I want to thank Chris Kessling at Pavlov for helping us in the very beginning, kind of help us find our way, and we'll kind of continue to do that social media wise, Facebook and LinkedIn are our channels, and they will continue to kind of be our channels. So give us your feedback, give us your thoughts. Make sure you go online to the Amon Carter, get that membership where you have exclusivity at the party. Check out artsy to the GoFundMe. She's got some great things going on down there. Look at LinkedIn. I'm always amazed when I meet people that are not on LinkedIn. Let's connect on LinkedIn. Thank you for your support. Please follow us. Please look at our content. Please look at our ideas. If you have ideas for stories, input, or we have lots of nonprofits that have sent us ideas for that. We're always looking for anyone that's cultivating ideas within the community. I think that's kind of really what it's all about. And remember, up to this point, the way that I think that it's been a real testament of what we can do with our phones technology, that if we go on to a bigger scale of what we can create with our larger cameras and going into telling those stories. That's a great thing about storytelling. And we're excited to see what that holds. So I think that people want to, I've always been amazed that this is something I've been wanting to do for years. This is about, there's business news that wants to be told, right? And there's lots of print publications that are telling business news. Well, now we want to bring that business news to life. And we've done that not only with Fort Worth Today. Fort Worth Today could be lots of different things, but Inside Fort Worth Business really drills down to that. So, and that's really what we want to do. We want to go down and look at these stories. We're coming out 3 days a week, typically on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And then we tease that content on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Teasing meaning we're telling our audiences what we're doing. We've had a lot of success with that. As I mentioned earlier, if we combine all our social channels together, we have over 7,000 followers. Engaged followers, followers that are giving us feedback, followers that are telling us what they want, what they need. That's across all our channels. And then about 458 views every time we post something on LinkedIn, which makes us an author, which makes us an influencer. So those are decision makers that are coming to the table. So we're also looking at how many times those videos are watched. So we are excited about the feedback we're getting. But I've got to say, the best thing that never happened to us, I love that saying, the best thing that never happened to us was the fact in the beginning that we couldn't find sponsorship, because it allowed us to go out and cut our teeth to figure out what we should be doing and figuring out the type stories that we should be telling, and allowed us to be able to bring in people like Brandy and Andrew to figure out the things that they're doing and how they're making a difference in the community and making an impact. Because I think that's a cool thing that we've done. We don't have an agenda as far as we're not trying to integrate whatever we're doing back into a website or into an offering or into a magazine or into a newspaper. We've got eyeballs on stories that are making a difference within the community. So look at the stories that we've done over the last couple of months. We're very proud of them. We've done cool stories on influencers and impact and decision makers and people that are making a difference within the community. And that's the cool thing about it. The other thing is we haven't even rolled out any of our influencer videos. The John Manel's, who we love, the New Waters restaurant, and Brian Lenzer, who was so gracious with his time in Sundance Square, and Isha Parquet and Chad Prather and all these great people. So many exciting things in the future and on the forefront. Woo! So that's what Inside Fort Worth Business is all about. And I think it's an exciting time, and it's an exciting time for Fort Worth with lots of exciting things that are going on with the growth from a real estate perspective. from a technological perspective. And with Fort Worth today, I think the timing could not be better. And we are really excited about Inside Fort Worth Business from the standpoint of coming to you every Sunday. We look forward to your feedback. We look forward to your input and suggestions. This is a 30-minute format. Normally a 30-minute format is about 22 minutes long because part of that format is dedicated to commercials. It's also finding that right mix with the commercials for that. So normally what we would do right here is we might show off some of our merchandise, which I actually didn't bring in, but I wanted to actually show off some of that. Tom's actually showing off some of the technology that we have, because that's what we're also doing, is creating a version of this program that I'll also start incorporating my logo tags, some of the commercials, and different things like that. So thank everyone for being with us today, if you're still with us at this point. I'm going to let each and every one of you take just a second and go to our Facebook page. I know the people on the couch are over on our Facebook page right now, populating that with their, because I got to figure out, if you're watching this video and you're not a fan, please become a fan of Fort Worth Today. Please follow us on LinkedIn, and please give us your feedback. That's so important to us. Thank you for being with us. For Chris Quinn and Inside Fort Worth Business, have a great week.